actually it says from n to n. That means natural number to natural number defined by f of n equal to 2n plus 3. F of n equal to 2n plus 3 and f from natural to natural. This is a very important to identify that to answer the question. Yeah, it's very important. And it was defined like that. We know that here the domain is natural number and codomain is also natural number, right? So for example, let us consider the domain should be natural and the codomain is also a natural number. So natural numbers, we know that they are starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and so on. And also here also 1, 2, 3 and so on, right? So take the value of n as 1, then 2 into 1 plus 3. How much it was? 5. Somewhere here. Okay, you can mark that. And again, try for the next one. So replace the value n with 2. You have 4 plus 3, which is 7. So somewhere here, and 3 also having somewhere, and so on, right? Some values left, they have no pre-image like that. That means, can you name this function? Actually, from this, what you have to say? 1, 1. Yeah, because different elements have different images, right? You have to say while looking on the domain, you can name it as 1, 1. While by observing the second set, which was codomain, some elements left empty. Empty means they have no pre-images, so you can say for this into. That means this was 1, 1 into. Yeah, 1, 1 into function is also called injective. Yeah, that was the correct answer for this question. Understood? Yeah. Yes. I am again repeating the concept that the names of that functions. So 1, 1 on 2. 1, 1 on 2 is called bijection. Yes. 1, 1 on 2 is called bijection. Okay. And 1, 1 into is called injection. And many 1 on 2 will be surjection. Many 1 on 2 is called surjection. Understood? Actually, these three functions are having different names. The last one, they have also a name. Many 1 into function. Many 1 into is simply called sometimes into function. Okay. Sometimes into function. Yes. Okay. Yes. Understood. Yeah. Fine. Now look at the question number 35. Try to solve it. Let's see. 35. It says. Z denote the integers. Z denote the set of all integers. F from Z to Z. Defined by f of x equal to x by 2. For x is even. For x is odd, the definition would be 0. Okay. So let us describe this with the set concept. Actually, the domain was Z, right? Okay, this was the domain, and this codomain is also Z, right? And Z means set of integers. We know that what are the set of integers are -3, -2, -1, 0, and 1, 2, 3, and so on, right? This is called in set of integers. Here also write down -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Is it okay? Yes, sir. Now, what is an even number? What is an odd number? Can you define is -3 is odd number or even number? It is odd, sir. No, no way. -3. Because no way. Actually, from 0, we can define odd and even. For
Yes,
negative
sir.
integers, we
Cannot be
can't define
negative.
even and odd.
Yeah.
Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes. So minus.
So from this, from this answer, it is what it was clear that it was neither 1 1 nor odd. It was
Yeah,
actually, it's not a
negative is
function,
left off.
right?
Yes.
It was just a relation. Okay.
Okay.
Now, question number 36. Look at the question.
F is 0 to infinity.
Yeah. What was the domain for that question?
It
The
is
domain was 0 to infinity.
infinity. And then
Domain was
codomain
0
is
to
real
infinity.
number.
Yeah. We will again. So the domain would be closed 0 to infinity
0 to
and
infinity.
codomain would be capital R. So 0
Yeah.
to infinity means, 0, 1,
0,
2,
1, 2, 3, 4.
you can take up to real numbers. And capital R means minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, minus 3,
Yes.
minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. All values. Real numbers means all values. But we could not write in the set minus infinity or plus infinity. Okay, don't
Yeah.
write in the set minus
Okay.
infinity plus like that. It was wrong.
Yes.
Okay, now the definition is x square. X square, if you take 0, so it will be
It
equal
will
to
be
0
0.
according to the definition of x square. If you take 1,
Then 1
then
again.
it will be 1. If you take 2,
Then
then it
8.
will be 4. If you take 3, it will be 9. If you take,
So it is
yeah,
yeah.
all positive
So,
values are considering according to this definition. That means
so negative
this
value.
was different elements have different, yeah, right? So it was
Yes.
1 1. Different elements have different images. So it was 1 1. And but it was into, right? Because some
Yes.
negative numbers are
Some are left off.
not having pre-images. So it was simply,
So it is 1,
look
1
at
again.
this was function. Yes, it was function. Is it was 1 1?
Yes, 1, 1.
Actually, it was 1 1. Yes, it was also correct. It was on to no. It was 1 1 on to no. It was not on to. It was into only. So
Yes.
among these two functions, which was correct answer? The second one. Because
Yeah.
if you say 1 1, that means it will also satisfies the functional
Yeah, it is
conditions.
also a
So
function.
the correct answer would be 2. Okay.
Yes.
Now do it problem number 37.
X and Y was subsets.
Let x and y be subsets of R, the set of all real numbers, where R is a set of all real numbers. He said the function f from x to y is defined as f of x equal to x square, x belongs to x, 1 1 but not on to, if and only if. 1 1 but not on to, if and only if y should be R, right? Because according to x square, we can access all positive values, right? We just observed that same problem, right? X can be taken any value, right? X can be taken R, X can be taken, but Y is R plus only, right?
Yes.
Did you understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes. X will be
So
R.
Y is R plus, X is R. That was the second option.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any problem?
Sir, how it is not on to now?
Okay. So try to draw this graph. This was x-axis and this was y-axis. This is the graph. actually the x square graph should be in the parabolic path like this. This is the graph of x square, not mod x. Mod x is a straight line like this in the way shape, but it's a curvature like. Okay,
It is a
both
parabola.
have different, yes. And look at the graph. What are the domain values? Can you tell me? While looking on the x-axis, yeah, while looking on the x-axis, every value of x is taken, right?
Yes, it is
Every
R.
value of x is taken. That means you can access the domain
Minus
values from
infinity
minus
plus
infinity to
infinity.
infinity. That was nothing but R. And he
Yes.
says x is the domain, so x should be capital R. Okay. Now look on the y values. It will access from 0, right? So these are the values actually
Yeah.
it was having. So what it's simply called R plus, because all real
Okay.
positive.
Yes, all
Actually,
positive.
yeah, on the downside of x-axis there is no graph here. In this
Yes,
place
sir.
there is no graph. There is no graph here in this place. That means negative values are not accessing. That means the output
Y is
should
equals
be
to R
R
plus.
plus, only positive real numbers. These are all
Okay.
called positive real numbers. Understood?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yeah. Now the answer should be 2. Okay. Okay. 38 from A to A defined by f of x equal to x cube, where minus 1 to 1, then f is.
Yes, sir. Doing one second.
Okay. Again, take x-axis and y-axis, but the values here, the values are x values are restricted from minus 1 to 1 only, because domain is A and codomain is also A. That means you have to take the values from minus 1 to 1 only on x-axis and both in y-axis.
Yeah.
And what is the according to the definition? What is
It will
for
be x if
the
is
value
equals
of
to x
x should
cube.
be minus 1? What is the y value? It is also minus 1. Maybe the graph should be
Yeah.
like this. Okay. So that
Oh,
means different x values are having different y values, right? Different
yes.
x values are having different y values. Okay.
Yeah.
Different x values are having different y values. That
So, sir,
means
it is 1, 1.
it is 1 1 and onto also, because every value of
Yeah,
y
every
is
element have.
yeah having pre-image. So it is
So
bijection, I
only.
think. So
Yeah.
both situations are at a time are called bijection. 1 1 onto. Okay.
Okay.
Now the function cos of 3x minus 4 defined from R to R, it was periodic, right? It access as different values. 3x minus 4 cos different x values or different y values, neither injective nor surjective. I will draw the graph also. Did you draw any graph of cos function in trigonometry?
Cos function. Yes, I think.
Don't you teach the source? Okay, actually for 0, this was 1. Understood? This is
Yeah.
plus 1 and this is minus 1. Every cos function lies between these values only. So cos 0 is 1, right? Cos
Yes.
0 is 1,
It is 1.
cos
So,
pi by 2 should be 0, cos pi should be minus 1, okay? And again moving. Okay, here also it moving like this. It lies only the values of plus 1
oh,
and
yes.
minus 1.
You
It
did. You
lies in
did.
the plus 1 and minus 1 between values. The cos function, okay?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what is the domain? Domain is the value of x values. What is the codomain? It lies only the values of minus 1 to 0 to 1. For every value, it was accessing like this. some values are making 0 and some values are making 1. Then tell me what it was. And he said R to R.
From R to R. So
R to R. Yeah, domain values are taken, no problem. But
mm,
codomain values are not taken. Some values are not taken, except 1, 0, minus 1. Except remaining values are not taken. That means it was
there it is nothing. It is fourth option. Injective not.
into mapping according to B codomain, and it was many one, right?
Sir,
Because
into right, but all of the elements taken in the codomain.
all values are not taken in the codomain, so that it was
1,
called
0.
into. Look at the domain. Each and every value was taken, right?
Yes.
And so many elements are having same image. So many domain values are having same image, like sometimes 1, like sometimes 0, like sometimes minus 1. In this way, the graph is exist. So that means it was not 1, 1, it is many 1 according to the domain. And according to the second set, it was into. Can you find that if there is any function option like contains,
Mm,
it was not injective, right?
yeah, not
Injective means
injective.
only one function, one
Yeah.
into function, but it was many one, right? It was not one onto also, it was not bijection. It was not one and it was not on to, both are not. So surjective means many one onto, so surjective is not. So the fourth option is correct. Understood? Actually,
Yes,
the
sir.
name of this function was many one into.
Yeah, so nothing.
Many one into, also it was called, I already told you in the previous problem,
The into
into function.
function.
Into function. It was also called into function. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, try to solve the remaining 3 problems, 40, 41, and 42. That was homework for you. Okay.
Okay.